me out, man.
Yes,
Can you see where I am right now? I'm not in my home studio.
Yes, sir.
Like, I'm not in the Stream Show studio. I'm in How It All Works, Kirk R. Nugent studio.
Yes, indeed. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Man, what's happening?
It's so good to have you in here, man.
Awesome. Listen, we're going to have so much fun today going through this home studio. I've been here for about an hour now.
Yeah.
And I am completely blown away.
Let's do it, man.
So do me a favor. If you guys are on, please comment. Let me know you guys are watching.
Yep.
And
I see Ernesto.
Yeah, Ernesto is hanging out with us.
Yeah.
She's saying hello. Thank you for chiming in, Ernesto, and being here with us today.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have some fun talking about it. So if you're someone that is doing a home studio, okay, if you're someone that's doing a home studio.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out how your pieces work, you want to upgrade, you just want some, yeah, man.
Come on, Kerwin. Come on, Kerwin.
He's got me here.
We in here.
You're just someone who wants to know some validation on what you have. Like, you got this stuff, you want some validation.
Hey, we need to get Chris to come through one of these times, man. Chris is only 3 hours away, man. So Chris, we need this. I see you out there. Valerie Pinkston is in the chat. What's going on? What's up, my brother? What's up? Everybody's chiming in, man. They took a second or two to get in there, but they're coming now. They're coming now. I love it.
Oh, man.
I love it, man. This is good. This is good. Now, let me put the camera on strict real quick, okay?
Get the good shot.
Yeah, there we go.
This is good, man. I look good on all of your stuff, man. So we have a lot going on here in the studio, and we're going to run down it all. So what I have learned, Kirk, over time is that people like for you to go ahead and get into it. People
want you to dive right in.
So we're talking about home studios.
Yes.
You guys are here with us.
Yes.
And this is what I want to do. I got my meta glasses on.
Oh, come on.
And I got the show because I want to be able to see comments. Kirk is testing me today.
I am. I've got it way out.
The comments are way over there, and I am not doing well with the eye test. Okay.
Hey, listen, and it's somebody. Yes, it's me.
Tools.
Can you see your teleprompter properly? Yes, it's me. Tool says you aren't sitting close to your camera. Can you see your prompter properly? So how you want to answer that one?
I can't. He can. And hey. I'm wearing meta glasses with no medicine. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those don't have the prescription.
They don't have prescription.
Oh, I feel it.
And I don't like wear. Well, I wear. I'm at the age now to where I gotta wear readers.
Hey, listen. I know this life. I know this life. I do have my glasses are tested. These are not.
I got you.
But I actually struggle with near. So far, I'm fine. So okay. I actually can see that. I see the educated natural says, hey, what's going on, sis? Always good to have you. Valerie Pinkston says, I can't see either. LOL. So you're in good company. You're in good company. You're in good company, man. So this is the home studio, man.
I love what you've done here. And guys, I want to start with some of the things that we teach people.
Right.
To start with,
Absolutely.
The number one thing that you need to have right when you're trying to do any type of live streaming is great audio.
You got to have great audio.
All right. So since we're sitting in front of these microphones right now, and I'm educated enough, I'm smart enough to know that when you go wide stream, it's that camera. When you look at me, it's this camera. I know where to go. I know where to go.
You got your tally light. You good to go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what are we talking on right here? What microphones are you using here?
I went economical on the podcast setup. So where we're sitting right now is my podcast setup. When I'm sitting at the desk, that's my talking head setup. But I went economical on my mics for this. So I did go with three. Let me say one is a Nexodyne that I was gifted by Shure. But there are 4 mics here, and these are the SM58s. So these are, we're both talking on SM58s, and if we had a guest here, they would also be on an SM58. Yeah. So SM58, Shure SM58 microphones connected to the Rodecaster Pro 1. And I get this question all the time. I'm going to go to BTS so you can see my desk. You can see that desk right there. So I get this question all the time in terms of why do you have two Rodecaster Pros?
Hold on, Kirk.
Oh, my bad.
Hold
my
on,
bad.
Kirk.
Let's
Let me
go
ask
back.
this
Let's go
question.
back. Go ahead.
Let me ask this question.
Yeah.
Why do you have two Rodecaster Pros?
So yeah, this is a great question. I get this question all the time. I have two Rodecaster Pros because I have two setups. My talking head setup, which is at the desk, and then my podcast setup. So podcast setup, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mics plugged in for my podcast. Now, if you know the Rodecaster Pro, you know that's all I can get into it. But at the desk, I have a shotgun mic up top. You can see that, right? I have the MV7X on an arm, right? You can see that behind the monitor, right?
Right.
I also have a SM7B on a desk stand, right? That's behind the chair over there.
Okay.
And then I also have one other mic, an additional mic. It's one of the Shure mics that I was testing. I have that on its own stand. So I have 4 mics at the desk already. And that's what's plugged into the other Rodecaster Pro. That's just it's overkill. But again, what you're looking at is 2 different studios. It's 2 different setups, and what I needed to be able to do. Now, I do want to upgrade because I'm told that you can daisy chain
the 58s.
The Rodecaster Pro 2s. So if you can Rodecaster, I think you can daisy chain your Rodecaster Pro 2 and let's say like a Streamer X. Okay. Or the two channel one. What's the Rodecaster? This is the 2-1. The Duo. Mm-hmm. Rodecaster Duo and the Rodecaster Pro 2. I'm told that you can daisy chain those. So some good things there. All right, let me see what do we got in the comment section.
So Chris and Valerie are going back and forth singing the praises of the Shure 58s.
Oh, they are great. They are great microphones. They are great microphones. Okay. 58s are the truth. A lot of folks don't know that. Listen, I really like the SM58. I have used this in a exhibit hall environment. Very loud, a lot of talking around us. But as long as my subjects were talking into this mic, it was no problem whatsoever. And so really good, clean, quality audio from the SM58. So definitely excited about that. We got another question. Let me see if I can get this one. Please explain the daisy chain of Rodecaster. So
good question, by the way.
Great question. So the main thing to keep in mind is this is not the Rodecaster Pro 1. This is the Rodecaster Pro 2. So
with or without the firmware update,
you would want to have it updated to the latest. Gotcha. So the idea is, so let me explain why I'm interested in upgrading and why this would help me.
Use case is always important.
Use case. So in the scenario that I'm in right now, because I'm sitting in the podcast setup, I'm using the Rodecaster Pro on the left.
One.
But I have 2 on my desk, but I'm using the one on the left. And in that scenario, I have to unplug this Rodecaster Pro on the right and plug this one in. I don't want to unplug and plug.
Right.
I want to have both plugged in at the same time, but I don't want to see 2 Rodecaster Pros in my list. I want both Rodecaster Pros to work with one of them being connected to the computer.
So daisy chain.
So boom. So daisy chain. So plug one into the other and then plug the at least the main one, I should say, into your computer. So Ecamm just sees the one Rodecaster Pro, but it sees 8 inputs. If you plug one into the other. So there's a USB port on the Rodecaster Pro 2. You can plug one, so you could plug one Rodecaster Pro into the other. And essentially, you can expand your ports by doing that. I see. They said, Equip Institute is with us. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, sis. And then I see my man. Yes, it's me. Tool says, got it. Thank you. Yes, it's me. Thank you. And he even says that makes sense. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons. Again, workflow is everything.
It is.
I believe workflow is going to help you to determine what's the right move and what's the wrong move. And so what's right for me may not be right for somebody else because their workflow is different.
I like that.
And what's wrong for me might be actually right for somebody else, because the way they, that makes it easier for them to show up. The best thing that what I prioritize more than anything else is being able to get the content done. And so this enables me
is better than
perfect.
There you go.
Come on, I like that.
From Kirk Nugent himself. I'm taking this
quote.
Oh,
my word. I love it, man. I'm just so excited to have Strick in the studio with me tonight.
I'm excited to be here because I'm learning a lot, and I really like the fact of how you have all this set up.
Yeah.
Like, this is incredible to me, the amount of equipment that you have in this room. I want to get, like, as we go down the list of what I am seeing here and what you're going to have a chance to share.
Right.
I want to talk about use case for you here.
Absolutely.
Like in this home studio.
Yeah.
Like, so we can open up the minds of other Ecammers of what you can do in your own studio environment.
Absolutely.
Because
this is not a big room either.
It's not a big room.
It's a bed. It's just a regular bedroom.
So you have an opportunity to do talking head.
Yes.
And
right at the desk.
You have an opportunity
and let me demo that real quick. So it's not going to look right because the camera
is set up.
So these lights would normally be off. The lights that are above me and Streak right now would be off in the scenario that I want to demo. But I'm going to show you what it looks like when I sit at the desk. One sec. Keep talking, Strick.
Yeah. I think this is awesome. And listen, if you're hearing this and we've talked about audio, I want you to tell me how we sound. I was going to say how good we sound, but just let me know how it sounds to you guys live, because that's really important as this setup. Yeah, we talked about the Shure 58s, but how it comes across to you is important as well. So let us know how it sounds, and if it sounds really, really good, just give us a like.
So right now, my chair is moved out of the way, but I'm literally, this is where I would be sitting looking at my camera for a talking head video. I would be a little bit higher, of course, if I was sitting down, and I am using the Shure SM7B right now, which is also connected to this same Rodecaster Pro. You can see Strick in the background, but because the camera is focused on me, he's kind of blurred out.
I get the bokeh
exactly. He gets the bokeh. He's in the bokeh, and so that's one of the things I really wanted to design this studio for, was being able to have these multi-layered experiences. So I have this shot, and you can see what that looks like using the 16mm lens on a Sony a6400 with my Elgato prompter, right? So that's what I'm looking at right now, and I see your comments. I see you, Equip Institute. I see you, Valerie Pinkston. She says, you guys sound fantastic, but then again, you have great voices. I love that.
Thank you.
You know, I'm biased, sis. Thank you so much for that. But I wanted you to see this look, because that's going to give you an idea of what that piece looks like as well. So let me go back and sit down next to Strick.
This is so cool, guys. I'm telling you, I'm like in candy store heaven with all the stuff he has in there. My mind is just blown. We've talked about the audio. We talked about the Rodecaster Pro and the Rodecaster Pro 2.
The number 2, even though it's not. Yeah, I've got 2 Rodecaster Pros. That's what it boils down to.
It's just awesome. That being said, lighting. Let's go to that. Let's talk about lighting, because you have lights all over the place in here.
And I'm gonna try this a little bit, y'all. So be bear with us in terms of patience. This right here, what you're looking at, is my desk. You can see I'm just using a Logitech C920 to showcase the BTS, right? You can still see me and Strick in the picture-in-picture right here in the bottom right corner. But I have a Godox SL60W as my main key light for the talking head shots on the desk. I do have another Godox LED panel light, and you can see both of those in the shot that you're looking at right now. I do want to, let's see if I can pick the right camera. Boom. Okay, that's the right camera. Let's go to this. All right, so this camera that you're looking through right now is my Insta360 Link. And so I'm going to attempt to showcase what's above me and Strick right now.
I think that's just super cool.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure how we were going to be able to do some of this, but this actually ended up working out pretty good, Strick.
Yes, it is.
So these two lights are actually mounted to the ceiling. This is a kind of a sunken ceiling in this room. This room is the upstairs master, so it does have a bathroom on it. It has access to the balcony here, and then it has a walk-in closet. But it's a sunken ceiling. So what I have my guys do, I've got some electricians I work with. We do studio design and build around the city here in Huntsville. I had them mount these to the ceiling and actually give me some outlets up there. You can see those in the shot. I believe you can see those. Yes. And then the switch that's directly behind Strick's head is controlling these outlets. So I don't have to go up there and adjust this or go up there to switch them on and off. I can hit this switch right here and then boom, those lights are on.
I like that.
Yeah.
Can I touch it here?
Yeah. That not that first one, the second one. Yeah.
I can't even see it. Hold on.
Yeah, the one closest to me. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So that's what it looks like without those lights. And then when you put them back on, it takes a second and then they come back on. So you can kind of get a feel for what that looks like.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Why not go? I know, like, this is a permanent space for you,
right?
Like, you can do it however you want to do it, but why not use the variable poles?
So I looked at the variable poles as well, but for what I wanted to do, I wanted to test this out. So the other thing with my studio, I'm also looking to be a guinea pig,
clients,
right? What would I put in it? What would make sense in best sense in this space? Now, the thing that the variable poles was not going to give me is the ability to get them high enough.
I got you.
To where my talking head shot does not see these lights.
Right.
So, because that was critical for me, was I wanted to light this area, this portion of the set of the studio, but not have it look like there's a studio behind me in this other shot, if that makes sense. So that was another consideration that I used for having these.
Can you go back to the look of these lights? Yeah. I want to ask this question,
and
we got a couple of questions in the comments that I know we need to get to as well.
Absolutely,
there's some important ones on there I want you to answer.
Okay.
So if you point this, so right now, guys, if you're looking at this, I want to ask you this question, Kirk, because it's really, really technical.
Come on.
The in front of us kind of pointed down, so we're really getting the fall off.
We are
of the light. Can you explain like why not tilt it?
Yeah, and these lights actually do have the egg crate diffuser as well, but this is a different scenario than when I'm doing my talking head by myself. I needed to light the whole area, but I didn't want to have it direct, and I didn't want it harsh. So I'm really kind of using the fall off of it. The other thing that I was trying to avoid is, because I have these pictures on the wall behind me, I didn't want those pictures to look like they were overexposed or like there's just a huge light and a glare shining off of them. And there is still some of that effect you can see in the shot right here, right now. But having the lights angled this way, and believe me when I tell you, I went back and forth testing and tweaking to get where we are. And so yeah, that actually did that's where we ended up landing, was really finding a space to where, okay, if I angle it this way, I am still well lit. So when we come back to this shot, so I'm still well lit, but it doesn't look like I'm burning up. I'm not too bright. In fact, this part of my face is probably a little dark, almost too dark. What I would want a little bit of a hair light in there to be able to kind of light up that other side of my face. So there's still some other tweaks that I could possibly make.
So another technical question.
Yeah.
Color temperature.
So right now I just have them both set to 5500. Okay. These two. I do have, of course, this RGB light here, and you can actually see it in the shot. I purposefully have it there. I actually like having it in the shot, but that is set to the my vibranium color. Y'all know how it all works. Purple. It's still here. It's on my shirt. But then also I have this one set to, I think it's 3600 as well. So it's kind of a mix, and so I'm just kind of playing with the light a little bit to give, especially for people of color, you want to have some of that amber light.
You do.
To get that, to bring the skin tone back. You don't want it too over. You don't want to kill it with 5500, because then it really kind of makes you look a little ashy.
Right. That's true. That's true.
It make you look a little ashy. All right, cool.
So we had a couple of questions. One of them that I do know I want to get to.
Okay.
Let me scroll back up. Burnell asked this question: what is the cable management looking like in that room?
Okay. Now let me say this. That is a really good question.
It was way up there, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to.
Okay. I was trying to get to it. Which one is this one? Is this okay, this is something else. This is something else. I'll just star it and try and get back to it later. But okay. Let me get back here. So cable management, the basic gist of it is I have tried to keep light cables together. And so coming from the desk going around this side of the room is my audio cables that are going from the mics into the Rodecaster Pro. I have tried to keep that run. As you know, you can't really have anything audio related going alongside power. So I've tried to keep that run basically on its own. On the other side of the room, I'm running my camera HDMI cable to this other camera here. So if I go to what you're looking at right now, even though you can't see me, you can see my hand right now. This is the seat that's next to me. All right. So this seat that's next to me is for another guest when I have my podcast. It can actually hold 2 people, and there are 2 mics for this seat. So I'm going to go back to that camera. You can see my hand there. And so I have a camera over here, which is my FX30, that is connected into the Sonnet Echo with the Blackmagic quad card in it, Blackmagic Deck Link quad card in it. And that camera run is gone on the other side of the room. Power, I don't really need to run a lot of power like to these lights and stuff because the power is in multiple places around the room. So I tried to keep the power separate from the audio and keep the HDMI, just one camera that's over here. All the rest of the cameras, for the most part, are on that side of the room. Attached to the desk, let's see if we can show this. Okay, so this is my A6000. It is behind my Elgato prompter, so it's behind the Sony A6400. And it gives a wider shot for you to be able to see what all is on the desk. See my monitor and some of the other pieces. Let me go to this shot here. I know it's hard to see, but you can see in this shot 2 Sony ZV-E10s, right? 2 Sony ZV-E10s in this shot. So they're on either side of the desk, one being on the side right next to the chair and the other being directly on the other side. So that gives me these 2 shots, right? This shot that I'm looking at, so I'm looking directly at this camera, and then this shot, which is strict shot.
You see my face? I'm like, wow. I'm sitting over here like dumbfounded of how cool this is.
But to directly answer the question that you asked, what's the wire management look like? Thankfully, everything is behind the desk. So Strick is directly looking at the wire management right now. It is not great, but it is contained in one area of the room.
Behind the desk.
Behind the desk.
So what I'm seeing, like going to the cameras, I see lines and they are taped and they are kind of wrapped. So to me, it is nice and neat coming away from the desk.
Yeah, right.
But, my home studio looks like that too. Hey. There is a easy clamp rack system,
right?
If you wanted to,
yeah,
that you can clean it up. Go on the back of the desk,
yeah.
And I've used that for one of my clients.
I would be, listen, send me the link.
Kind of zip tied it. Yeah. It's an Amazon thing, We zip tied all the. I have a friend of mine that go in to help me.
Yeah,
and he's a little bit more detailed than I am. So I was working on cameras, and I turned around. He had everything zip tied,
clip,
tying up, and in the basket.
Oh wow!
Behind the desk and just a couple of lines coming out for the camera.
That's good. Yeah.
But,
for the most part, I've tried to really standardize everything on the desk and then behind the desk. So
a black sheet would work too.
Oh yeah.
Just put a sheet back there. Nobody can see.
And nobody, because honestly, that was the one of my wife was saying to me as well. Here's another really cool thing. I'm gonna go to Strick's shot for this one. Behind Strick is the door to the room. That is the actual entrance to we walk in that door. But what
now we're going behind.
There we go, behind the curtain now. But see, what my wife was like, hey, why don't we just put a curtain rod up there, put two, blackout curtains that have attenuation in them, right? So that actually helps with some of the soundproofing for the room, and it just gives a better look. And so behind Strick is a RGB light. Just lean to the side, Strick. You can see that.
Side?
No. You did it right way the first time. Yep, they can see it now. There's an RGB light right there behind Strick, and that gives a little bit of a glow on the curtain that is behind him. So when he sits, it looks like there's a blue glow behind him, and that's what I was trying to go for with that portion of the setup.
Inside of my studio at home,
mm-hmm.
of course, I have the TV behind me that I've really.
Oh yeah.
What I've had to do to frame it the right way, because it's only so big in that room, the TV, you can see the edges. I don't want you to see the edges. I have a door because it's an office leading to the bathroom. I don't want you to see either.
Yeah.
I never thought about putting curtains up. I could put curtains up on either side.
You can.
And push back with black curtains.
Yeah.
And actually do the same thing. With lights on the back of the TV.
Boom.
Hitting the curtains.
And then you can illuminate it that way. Exactly. That is so good.
We're learning together, guys.
Yeah, that is so good.
We're learning together.
I don't have them on right now, but the TV that you can see in front of us, Strick, has RGB lights on the back of it. And if I turn that on, it'll illuminate that whole back wall back there. Wow. So that is a really good point. All right, let's get back to the chat.
We have so much going on here. I hope you guys are learning.
I should have worn my real glasses. Okay.
Yes, it's me too.
Oh, it was Kerwin Bornell that asked the cable management question. Of course, Kerwin would have asked that question.
Yeah. Where are we at here?
Yes, it's Me Tools. So basically, right? Is that the one?
Yeah. Or we can go with that one.
Or no. Okay. Is that one further back?
We can use that too. We hadn't talked about that one.
This one that's on screen?
Yes. This is
okay.
Good.
So basically, when you are in Studio 2, you can't see your scenes or comments from the chairs. Do you have a big monitor showing all of that?
Good question.
I don't. So the way that I'm doing my scenes
currently. We hadn't talked about this.
No, this is actually a really good question. But the way I'm doing my scenes currently, I have them here on the Stream Deck. So I have the main one, which is this one. I have my comments one, which is this one. And then I have the BTS one. And for the show today, I really just prioritized having these. I didn't really look to having any other scenes other than these.
You condensed the scenes because we were doing behind the scenes all of this. Yeah. So it's not like a regular show.
It's not like a regular show, but I probably use the Stream Deck anyway. So I would probably have all my scenes on a Stream Deck as well. So to answer your question, I have a 15-key Stream Deck here next to me. I have a 30-key Stream Deck on my desk and a pedal underneath. They're all three are plugged in, and I just designed them the way that I need to for the show as I see fit. But I want to say this, I can see, because I have two monitors, right, flanking either side of the Elgato prompter, which is my main camera in the middle. And so one monitor has Ecamm on it. The other monitor, I have output Ecamm to that monitor. So we actually see a big view of what you guys are seeing, program view essentially, on this monitor as well. In the middle, which is the Elgato prompter, I just have comments. And while it is small, because I had it take up the whole monitor, the comments are actually pretty big. And I have my mouse right here for the Mac, and I'm actually able to control. So I have a lot more control than you would think. I can see the scenes. Can I read them? Absolutely not. But I can see the scenes window. And so let me go back to the BTS and let me go to this shot here. I hope you can kind of see that a little bit of what the desk looks like. You have the monitor that you're directly looking at right now is the main program view of Ecamm. I've output it to this other monitor. The other monitor that you can't see, you just kind of see the top of it. If I go to this view, you can see that white monitor right there, that LG. That monitor has Ecamm on it. And so we're able to see both of those. We're set back a ways, but we're not too far to where we can't see it well. And I hope that makes sense. I would say it's about
7 feet away.
Yeah, I'd say as well. Yeah.
So let me say this, because we talked about all the things that you got. At this seat, you do have the Stream Deck.
Yep.
And you have your mouse.
Right.
But I think this is one thing that I like about Ecamm in the latest update.
Right.
When you were doing the behind the scenes and you wanted to show the lights, you're actually able to control the PTZ camera.
That's correct.
Can you do that? Can you
let's
show
go
that
back
one more
here
time?
again. We'll go to, this is the PTZ camera. I'm going to go to this shot, which shows us, and I'm just using the mouse, y'all. Using the mouse, and I can jog that up. I can move that to the side. I can come this way. There's a whole bookcase over here that I wanted you guys to be able to see. I think
you have presets as well on this.
I do actually have presets. So I could, instead of just kind of
moving it with your mouse,
giving you guys a motion sickness, I could just go to the presets, but I can't really see which preset I'm selecting. So I was just kind of using the mouse to go between. But I wanted you to kind of just be able to see some of the things.
I think that's really cool, by the way.
Cool,
I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
So I forgot, Awesome Wood Things is here. Matt, man, it's always good that you would stop by and hang out with us on the stream show. So
absolutely.
Thank you for checking in with us today. What else do I have here? So there's a cable Octopus Buster. Yes, on one side of the studio. Yes, Matt. There's a cable Octopus monster back there.
Awesome fun things. I love the way you said that. There's a cable monster on one side. I love that. I'm impressed seeing that you're bringing in sound, lighting, internet, and all other accessories into maybe three different productions and a 3 different production setup. Love it. And here's the other thing that I love about this. You got to think about this, right? So I have my talking head spot here at the main desk. But I also have this podcast setup. And in the podcast setup, I do have four seats. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the couch.
2 on the couch.
Right. So, but the thing with that is maybe not, so much on the couch, but with these 3 seat spots, it gives me 3 more recording places.
Right.
So I can record here. Right. Where you see Strick, I can record there. That is an actual place that I can sit down and record a video. I can also record here. This is a whole other space that I can sit down and record a video. And then I can also record here. I can sit down and record a video. And to the person, if I'm just using that one camera shot, they don't know that they're 1, 2, 3.
Right.
So it seems like you got multiple places that you're recording.
Right.
So you record a piece of it where it's strict setting, record another piece here, record another piece there, finish the video as a talking head. It seems like I've moved to 4 totally different locations, except that they're all in the same room. And so just kind of thinking through, again, your workflow, what are some of the types of things you want to do? I'm doing a lot more vertical videos for Instagram and other social platforms right now. So having these defined spaces where I can sit and record, because I can come into Ecamm and hit set this shot up and record this and, drop that vertical piece on it. And that's a really great video. It's a good clean video. Again, we could clip this, boom, put that vertical piece on it. Strick looks directly at his camera and he delivers value, right? He's dropping nuggets, bombs. And again, that's a really great video. I see, Yes It's Me Tools has another question. I was just trying to grab it before I lose it. But I just wanted to kind of give that as a perspective for others to be able to know. While there is 2 different defined sets, there's actually 4 different defined recording spaces.
Got it.
And that allows me a lot of flexibility in terms of churning out content that doesn't look exactly the same every time.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. So he has a couple of questions. So we want to start with this. We didn't talk about
the mic. No, let's start with whichever one you want to start with.
So we can just talk about the mics. I mean,
okay.
The DJI Mic 2 are great mics. I mean, you could use it however you want to.
Yeah. So he says, I'm looking at getting DJI Mic 2 and use lav mics, which looks exactly like your setup. Would you suggest it? DJI mics
So yeah, they have them. So they're the little ones,
the little ones,
but you can probably still use laps with them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Okay. So what's the difference?
I think the audio. So for me, I don't want to do. We talked about this as we're getting ready to go live. I don't want to do what he edited. I don't want to tweak my sound.
No editing. No audio processing.
No. Because my origin is live. You don't get to do post.
After the fact, no.
I mean, you guys are listening to us 30. It's a 30-second delay, but essentially you're watching us live right now.
Right.
So as I speak, you're hearing it, and you're hearing it just the way that it's coming out of the Shure SM58 into that Rodecaster and out to the stream. So I try to capture it as close to that as possible. I think the DJI mics are great, and they do give you good sound for what they are. But I just haven't found them to be comparable to an XLR microphone.
So
if that makes
the
sense.
comparable part is the actual microphone components.
Right.
So if you have the button lavalier or a small lavalier that's clipped to your shirt,
right,
there are some good sounding ones, but basically the actual components are much smaller than this. So now I have this, but I also have this one thing that Shure is good with. It's the proximity effect that I have with this. So if you're in an area that's not treated as well, this mic is going to reject some of that room noise where that lab wouldn't do that job.
That's good.
Because of the polar pattern of those lavaliers, most lavaliers, okay?
Right.
I'm talking to you like I know audio.
I think you do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you do. And this is the thing. I love the way Strick says this, because you got to play to your strengths. And because what I say, I wouldn't do the DJI mic because I don't want to do the work to make the DJI mic sound like this. Maybe for you, that's not what you want your end result to be, number one. Number two, or maybe for you, you're like Strick, you're an audiophile and you are an audio expert and you know exactly what to do in 2 seconds in post to get your audio to sound like this. And if you are, then it doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying? So your workflow might be different.
So let me add something to that.
Okay, go ahead.
If you're somebody that really wants to use Shure mics, XLR mics, there's a cable that you can get. Like Absolutely. I use the Rode wireless Go-Tos.
Yes.
So just how I'm able to plug in a lavalier mic to it, I can get a cable that's XLR on one side
to 3.5
to 3.5 and actually have a Shure well, I don't know if it's going to be able to be powered. This mic would work.
The SM58 works. With that scenario you're talking about, it does. And I have used that in multiple scenarios.
So basically that allows this mic to be wireless. The receiver is close to the Rodecaster.
That's good.
And you have a better microphone than the actual lab.
And another thing is, I think you just got, the trend right now, I totally forgot which camera we're on, but the trend right now is to have this mic. I mean, for some people, that's not the thing.
Point made.
Yeah.
I really want people to hear that.
For some
trend right now, if you're in a set like this, now I wanted to go against the trend,
and I love how your new stuff looks.
But
yeah,
I was talking to my son, 28.
Okay, yeah. You're 28 years old, yeah.
28 years old. And he's like, Dad, everybody has got the microphones in the shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the trend right now.
I don't want to do what everybody's doing. I wanted to be sleek. I wanted to look more like a news show. But I do think it could carry weight if done the right way. So what I've done, I've purchased some mic stands, but instead of having the boom arm, I have like the same type of boom arm that we would use on our desk.
Right, like that. Yeah, the PSA. Like that,
so you can still move it. It would still hang. And not that this is great for a seat, but I have to be a little bit more mobile in my setup.
Right.
So I have the heavy bass.
There you go.
With the stand and then this arm will kind of squeeze to the side a little bit.
Right.
So the profile wouldn't be so much in the picture.
Right. Yeah, because it's fully in the picture now. But I think, and again, everybody's going to kind of figure out that ebb and flow. I don't think anything's wrong with the way you have yours set up.
I like it.
Yeah.
But I do also know what you said is true, that it is a trend right now. And if I go ahead and get the SM7Bs in the shot, guess what? Not only would it look like what people understand,
right?
It also would sound better.
Exactly.
And then if you go ahead and get the dock pops and put on the
you could have your pop of color, right?
Yeah.
So no, you listen. You talking good right now, Doc.
There's ways to get around all of that.
Absolutely.
And y'all are, listen. Yeah. I had to understand this. I'm not gonna say this about Kirk. I've understood myself. I understand who I am, DJ Strick. I am a nerd when it comes to this stuff. Okay, I just am. So I love talking it. If you have questions, please put them in the chat.
Right.
You got us here for a couple of more minutes where we can kind of go through some of this stuff. Kirk has a great setup. And we really haven't talked about all the cameras yet.
We haven't.
I want to be sure that people understand.
Yeah.
And how we're talking about this is the importance.
Yeah.
Because you really could have 6 iPhones in here.
You could have 6 iPhones in here. You really could.
But he does not.
No. And you could have 6 iPhones, but I don't know you. Well, yeah, NDI. You could have 6 iPhones. Yeah. So NDI, and you would have your 6 iPhones.
Like you think about all of the cameras that you have at your disposal. So I know at home I have 2 iPads, an older iPad that'll still connect, an older iPhone, my current iPhone, my current iPad. That's 4.
That's 4
that I could really do NDI on all of them.
And you set them up. You buy
continuity camera on one, NDI on the others. That being said, before we talk about the cameras, let's go to the comments just to be sure.
Yeah, let's get a couple of these.
There may be some questions here that we're missing.
Yeah, let me see what we got. I mean, maybe I missed a couple as well.
How big is the room? Rich Graham. Rich, what's up, brother?
The room is. I haven't measured it. We had to measure it for tax time. You know what I'm talking about, straight.
I do.
You want to make sure you're claiming these things on taxes, because this is my office. This is my studio. But I don't know exactly the size of the room. I need to get that.
I'm gonna guesstimate for you guys. I'm not like, I haven't walked this or anything, but I'm gonna guesstimate. This is it's a rectangular room going this way.
Right.
So I'm gonna say, just off a guess, 16 by 12.
I think so. I think you're not. I don't think you're. I think you're in the ballpark. Mm-hmm. I remember 16. I just don't remember. So 16 being the length of it, 12 being the width of it. So it's a rectangle.
Right.
Boom. Yeah. What else do we have here? That was Rich Graham. I see. So Yes It's Me Tools was like, I'm looking to do some things in the kitchen. So in that instance, you want to be able to move around. The DJI Mic is going to be a way better option for that. So I thank you for giving us that extra context. I would love a mobile Ecamm app as well.
Right. We all
to be able to control and see my scenes right here and be able to tap them and stuff like that.
So Val asked about the curtains. I did want to get back to that.
Yes,
she said that's a great idea, but how are you hanging them?
The curtain, let's go to BTS. Let's see if we can do this.
I think one of the microphones may be in the way.
I think I should be able to just kind of go up here.
This is so cool.
Yeah, so you should see, it's just a curtain rod that I have affixed to the top of the door frame, right? It's just a curtain rod, and on it's the type that you hammer it into the door frame and then it hangs over a little bit. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted you to be able to see that, but that's how I have it connected there. And I try to make sure that when you're looking at this shot, you don't see the top of it, right? So I wanted that to kind of be out of the shot, even though you could kind of see it a little bit, but I didn't want you to be able to see the top of it. So that was the idea and the strategy behind that. Yeah. Any other questions?
Because if you don't see edges, guess what, guys? If you don't see edges, it goes on.
Yes, you think it just continues.
In the viewer's mind, it goes on. So you'll never know.
Look at this shot right here. Yeah, exactly.
You'll never know how far anything is if you don't see. And that's important to you, okay?
Yep.
That's important in graphics.
Yep.
I've seen people just just paste a picture in the middle of the graphics. So you can see the top of the head and then a line at the bottom. Like you don't just hover. Like pictures should never hover. They should have an edge in some kind of way. Even if you have to put, like I call it smoke, like if you smoke the bottom or something like that, fade it out, something like that, but not just hanging. Same thing with reason why I wanted to get close with my TV in the room, because otherwise you can see the edges.
And once you see the edges, yeah. I mean, even
if you don't see the edge, you think, oh, is that an LED wall? What does he got behind it?
So here's I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh yeah. So in this shot, this is right at the edges of that picture.
Right.
But because you don't know that you're at the edges, you
like
think
it
could go on. And so that's really the strategy there as well. Really great. What else we got in there, man? Let's see if we can get these. I see the Octopus comment again.
So that's funny. So Rich is saying, I'm just grabbing one of them so you can see another one. Love the wall of frames back there. I don't see Strick's pics. You know what, Rich? Listen. Rich, you causing problems, man. I was gonna say that. I'm gonna take a picture and just print it out and send it to him.
On the wall. These were guests that I had on my show.
Listen.
The thing is, I know
Kirk,
I had Strick on the show, and I have one of these. I did create one of these for Strick,
and you just threw it away. File 13?
One of the things. So I had these printed. I didn't have them printed when I did them. I had them printed way after, so I don't know where the one that has you on it.
Away.
No, I know it's there somewhere.
It's a coaster.
I'm gonna find it.
As a coaster in the house somewhere. He's got a coffee cup ring.
Rich, why you do me like this, Rich? Well, that's amazing.
All right, this is great because you don't have to break the bank. Yeah, you do not have to break the bank. Just think outside of the box, and all of it comes together very well. You are so right about that.
Absolutely.
And you have to be thoughtful. Just be smart about all of this stuff. So
I think there's a question here.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to set up my studio in phases.
As you read that, let me say this. I was in radio for a very long time, and radio, we would say it is the theater of the mind. Okay, so basically what you hear, we will have to use extra words to create images for you so that as you were listening, you would see what we say. Inside of a studio, it is no different than watching those HGTV home renovations, knowing that some of the things that you see in there was very cheap and props.
Exactly.
Okay? Like that wall is just a prop wall, and you do not want to live, I'm not saying those houses, but most times people design very cheaply, okay? You don't know what material those things were made of. You don't know if these hanging things are just styrofoam. You see what I'm saying?
You don't.
And if you are doing it the right way, you might use styrofoam just to hang up some and then throw some light on it, and the styrofoam reflects light very well.
Yes, it does. It's a great material. So I mean, there's so many different tricks there. I see Valerie responded, thank you. I thought the curtain was much bigger. This is awesome. Kerwin says this is great because you don't have to break the bank. Just think outside of the box. It all comes together very well. I love these comments, y'all. I think the comment was actually from our good friend who has been asking questions all night. Yes, it's me tools. He said, I'm setting up my studio in phases and wanted to know where to start. And I think, I saw where he said later on, and you guys kind of answered my question anyway. And you want to keep it simple to begin. I want to be clear. This was over time. And for a long time, this back section was just mainly prop. There wasn't anything functional. It was because I wanted to bring back my podcast and do it in person.
Right.
I wanted to be able to interview people. Listen, I might twist Strick's arm and get a podcast out of him before he leaves today.
Who knows?
You never can tell.
We're doing a lot of talking.
We're doing a lot of talking. But that was one of the things I wanted to do, was to get that podcast back. But it was like, okay, do I go and rent a space? Do I upend my studio and stop doing talking heads to be able to do this? Or is there a way for me to kind of work this into the current layout? And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I just need a corner. And
that's good.
Then once I started, okay, well, I'm going to need a 3-camera shoot. But then I said, okay, well, I already have one camera in the middle, and that's going to give me a wide enough shot. I would need to sit the camera way back there anyways to be able to get all of the people that I want in the shot. And I want y'all to know, like right now, the shot you're looking at is zoomed in using Ecamm. So normally it would be zoomed out and you'll be able to see the person that's sitting here clearly. But right now, because we wanted to be a little bit tighter for the show that we're doing today, we zoomed it in a little bit, and hopefully that makes sense.
I was going to ask you about use case.
Yeah.
Podcast use case.
Right.
Recording use case.
There
got 4 different sets to record from.
Yep.
Is there any other thing that you would do in this space? Would you bring clients into this space to record them?
I have, and it just depends on what they want to do. Right, it depends on like how generic they want it to be.
Right,
but
this is set up for how it all works.
Yeah, because this space is unapologetically mine. Right. If the client doesn't care, I sit them on that wall right there, and we record all day because this wall is a completely different. I'll switch to it, but it's a completely different profile. It doesn't scream how it all works. I can put whatever pillows I want on there. It's just a generic picture on the background. So I can do that over there if I wanted to. But for most part, when I do have clients come in strict, it's mainly talking heads sitting in the chair.
I get it.
They sit down in the chair. Everything is blurred behind them, and they're able to deliver that.
Let me give a shout out to Keith Pelzer.
Keith Pelzer, man.
Because this is reminiscent of how he's set up.
Yes.
Because he has his talking head at his desk, and then behind him he has a couch where he's able to do podcasts. Yep. And he brings people in.
He does
to that studio to do podcasts, which is really, really cool.
Absolutely, and I mean, for my podcast we do have guests. We recorded an episode yesterday. We had a Claudia Allen, who is an influencer, speaker, pastor, preacher. But we had her, so she's sitting here. Me and my co-host Tanya Nixon were sitting here, and we just had a conversation. So Again, it makes it super functional, and because it's in my home, there is there's a pressure that comes with like, I want you to be guests on my podcast, and people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, but because they're just coming and hanging with us at the house, it's like, oh, okay, it's just a conversation. The camera's just having to be rolling, and it does take some of the pressure off. The other thing that was really critical for me, I want to say this as well, just as because it just dropped in my mind. I did want to ensure that for the most part, this middle area was free. I tried to line things on the outside of the rooms so that you could walk in and out and not feel like you're tiptoeing and trying to step over stuff.
I like that.
So that was a major desire of mine as well. And, listen, as I said before, it took this current iteration of the studio took years.
So let me say this. Definitely, I want to say hello to Mr. Miller that's hanging out with us today. I know you have a show, man. For you to stop by and hang out with us is really, really cool. So thank you so very much for that. Rich is starting problems.
Rich is starting. That's exactly what I was laughing at.
We just had to go to Texas, man. We got to come hang out with Rich.
Rich, why are you this way, man?
He is funny, man. I really do appreciate.
I thank you for listen. Thank you for throwing me under the bus, Rich. I feel seen right now.
Oh man, I want to say this because I did get on and I was so excited about being here in your studio. I felt so good that the first thing that I did was jumped on IG Live.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Yeah. And I even learned something about IG Live I did not know, which is the Meta glasses. I can actually I can go back and forth from my phone to the Meta glasses. So I learned something today. But more importantly, I felt so comfortable in this space. You are right. It is open in front of us. So I was able to walk in. You're at the desk setting up scenes and walking around you, showing some of the things that we have set up here. And it feels really good.
That's good. And there is something to be said for it feeling really good.
I have to think about that from my home setup. Yeah. Like if I have guests, it's not going to feel good. It's going to feel really tight. Because you remember when you came we're sitting right by each other.
Yeah, elbows was touching.
It's probably about half of this size, to be honest with
you. That does blow my mind. It's a very odd room, but this was a great it was a great choice for us in terms of all the other rooms in the house. If I had to do it over again, because you can see this. There's a curtain there. There's a curtain there. There's a curtain there. I mean, this room has 4 doors. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one goes to the bathroom. That one's the closet. That one goes to the balcony. That one leads into the rest of the house. And that's not normally, because you want to be able to have a corner that doesn't have a door. And that's one of the reasons why I did not want to set it up this way, shooting this way, because you could see 2 doors. But most people don't even realize that there's a door here because of the way I have it set up.
Can't see it. You got...
Yeah, I got the bookcase in front of it. I got the stuff there. But then being able to put that curtain there, it just kind of, it allowed it to look like this is a full set. So the thing about a studio, and I want to say this, I'm getting real comfortable. That's why I'm putting my feet up. But I want to say this to anybody that's just looking for a principle to walk away with. A studio is control. You get to decide by framing up your shots, plural, what people see.
Right. And
each shot can be its own experience.
Right.
Each shot could be its own experience. Each shot could be its, and you frame it up however you want to frame it up, and allow your own creativity to shine through.
So let's do this.
Come on.
I know the time is coming. First thing, we're gonna talk about cameras second.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
first. Yeah.
Let's talk about the computer that's running all this right now.
Okay, dope. I love that. I'm using the M4 Mac Mini. I did go with the M4. This is a 16 gig. It's not the M4 Pro, but it is the M4. It is, it takes a licking, keeps on ticking.
You know what? The M4 came out after I bought a studio.
Wow.
Not saying that I'm not going to. I'm still using a Mac Mini, the 8 gig. I am looking to upgrade my streaming computer, and that's the exact computer I'm going to go with.
I'm going to tell you right now, it is a great computer. There are some storage things there. You can decide what you want to do. I think the M4 16 gig Mac Mini with the 256 drive is the best value.
Gotcha.
Right? When you get to the 1 gig or 1 terabyte drive, I just feel like you've doubled the price, but you haven't doubled the processing or anything else.
Right.
What I did is I bought the M4 Mac Mini 16 gig 256, but then I bought a dock that sits directly under it, and that dock
has additional storage.
Yeah, I've got a terabyte storage in there.
Let's at some point, if you send me the link to your Amazon list or the list of the equipment here, let me add it into the description. You guys can go. So in the description, anytime you have a question for me, there's a way to connect with DJ Strick.bio, that link. But I will add in Kirk's link to all of the things that he has in the studio. And you guys, let me tell you something. You'll be shopping for days trying to duplicate it. There's a bunch of stuff here.
It's a lot there. And it's there. I'll text it to you. It's just kirkrnugent.live/gear. And you'll be able to.
Can somebody put that
right
in
there?
The comments?
Yeah, it's just I don't know if I can, but it's kirkrnugent.live/gear. Let me
So that being said, let's dive into let me say this. If any of this has inspired you, please do us a favor. Click the like button. All right. This helps Ecamm understand which programs are really, really connecting with the Ecamm fam. Okay. Just hit the like button. I will appreciate that. That being said, let's talk about these cameras.
Let's talk about the cameras, man. Let's talk about the cameras. I see a question from Kerwin, and he says, what kind of hub are you using with your Mac Mini? And it is
that's an important fact.
Yeah,
so
it
if
is.
You want to go ahead and talk about that, let's talk about the cameras leading to the connection
and
of how you're putting together.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about the cameras first. Okay, let me think about this. All right, so number one camera is the Sony A6400. That's what you're looking at right now. Okay. That's my Ecamm. Actually, it actually is camera A. When I touch the camera A button, that's the one that comes up. I have a 16mm lens on that. It is connected to the quad card, the Blackmagic Decklink quad card, right? So that's 4 ports of HDMI at 4K, which is great, right? So that's the first one. Second one is this camera here. This is a Sony a6000. Kit lens is on it. It just kind of allows you to see what the whole room looks like. Even, in fact, in this shot, you can see my shotgun. You can see the Insta360 link. which is my top-down shot, but I can use it to kind of showcase some of the other things. You can see the lights, you can see everything. So that's another camera.
6,000?
That's the A6000.
What are we talking about? 2018, 17?
Yeah, that was pre-pandemic. I mean,
yeah,
it does not do. I don't think it does 4K, but it's still one of my cameras. I have it here in the studio, and I use it to show kind of that front BTS shot.
I like it.
This camera is a Logitech C920, and it just kind of shows kind of the background. Like if I'm sitting at the desk, you can see what that looks like.
Okay, hold on, Kirk. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, you see it now.
Over here.
Yeah,
I see it.
So that one is connected USB. All right, all into the computer. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Here's number 4, and this is my top-down shot. And you can see when I hit this, it's the preset that it is set to causes the Insta360 link to show the top down. It shows my desk. It shows portion of the Rodecaster Pro, my mouse mat, if you will, and then the keyboard, my Logitech Craft keyboard. So that's the top down. It's where I do some unboxing and stuff like that. That camera is also connected USB. So right now we're 2 cameras that are HDMI, 2 cameras that are USB. Here is the third HDMI camera. This is a Sony FX30. Now this camera I do take with me out of the studio. This camera I do take it wherever I'm going or stuff like that. If I have to do some projects and things, I don't necessarily move the tripod because Strick can see it and it's on a tripod.
Quick release, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, quick release. I'm gonna go to BTS so we can kind of showcase things and you guys can see us. All right, but yeah, this Strick can see that it's on a tripod. I have the exact same tripod in my trunk, so I'm able to just kind of pack that camera up in its little hard shell case and I go out the door. So that does help. And I will say this as well. I know you can't see this, but I have a monitor connected to this camera so that whoever is sitting in this seat can see themselves as they look at that camera. So that's just a little touch.
Thanks, Valerie, for putting that link in. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate that. That's truly appreciate that. Yep, she did. Oh, she got it. I don't know if the www will work, but it should just be kirkarnugent.live/gear. Either way, thank you for putting the link in. This is a Sony ZV-E10. It's the first of 2 that I have flanking the desk. On this is the Sigma 30mm lens. So it gives you a nice wide shot just based on the distance. I have played with, this shot and then the 50mm. I have 2 50s that I can swap out. So as I flip between myself and Strick, I can actually do one, put one as 50, put one as a 30, or put both as 30, put both as 50. But yeah, I love the dynamics of that. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I can only be on TV for so long before I act up.
Act up. But these 2 cameras are both Sony ZV-E10s. I've had the first one I had for quite a long time. The second one I purchased when I was setting up this portion of the studio.
I remember when we were crazy about this camera.
Listen, I still feel like pound for pound, it is such a great buy. It's still just such a great buy. So
I can agree with that for a use case that you have it in right here. Like
it just it
makes sense. It just makes sense for this. Then you saying you have these Sony 50s and 30s or they're Sigmas?
Both, everything's Sigma. I don't have any Sony lenses except for that.
So which one am I on? The 30 or
both?
50?
Both of us are 30. Both of us are 30.
Kirk, I look good in this shot. Just keep it right here.
No, we're gonna leave it right here. We're gonna leave it right here. But those are all the cameras in the studio. As I mentioned before, this top-down shot, right? I can use it to
That's
move
like
it
3
anywhere.
or 4 cammers right there.
Yeah, it is. It's an unfair advantage, and with Ecamm being able to control the PTZ, it's just a cheat code. Both shots are the same shot. But are the same camera with the Insta360 link. I do like the Insta360 link. I tried some of the ObsBot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Insta360 link better. So that's just Kirk's personal preference. But that kind of walks you through all of the cameras. Now, I have if you hit that link, right, Valerie so kindly put in the chat.
Big shouts out to you, Brant Collins, hanging out with us today.
And you'll see the first Idealist. Brant Collins, what's good, sir? But the first Idealist it says My Studio, and in that picture, Strick, if you see that, it shows the Mac Mini and it shows the dock.
I got you.
And then next to the dock is the drive, the 1 terabyte drive that I purchased. So you have everything right there. If you had, I know somebody was asking that question. That's what's there. Now, if you click on that My Studio link, and you scroll a little bit, you'll see what desk I'm using. You'll even see the chairs that we're sitting in. There's a white chair over there. You'll see that one there as well. The purple pillows that we threw on the ground over here. But you just have to keep scrolling. In fact, Valerie, the thing that I use to put the curtain rod above the door, it's all there. These little octagons that are on the wall, they're all there. The mouse mat, it's all here in this list. But if you get about midway down, you will see the Sonnet Echo, and you will see the Blackmagic DeckLink Quad HDMI card.
I use something similar to that. I use a Sonic, but I use a different Blackmagic card.
Okay.
And for a church build out.
Okay, yeah.
Worked, man. It just works.
And that's one of the things that I think it makes because I don't have to have a lot of capture cards hanging off of my Mac Mini.
Exactly.
So when you're talking about Kerwin, when you're talking about connecting things in, the quad, the Sonnet Echo with the quad card takes 4 cameras, but it's 1 cord plugged into the Mac Mini.
Right, and the Mac Mini will still see those cameras, all 4 at different cameras.
Yep.
So with the capture cards, the issue is when you try to multiply them.
Yeah.
Unless you're using different USB hubs.
Right.
If you're using different USB hubs, it works. But if you're not, it's not going to see it.
Yeah. And the other so that's one side of it. The other side of it is if you use something like an ATEM, you only get one. So 4 cameras are plugged into the ATEM, but Ecamm only sees one at a time. And so that's the reason why I went with that. I want Ecamm to control everything. Plus, my workflow for my podcast is that I have Ecamm recording all of the cameras, right? So, and somebody said to me the other day, Ecamm only records 3 cameras ISO, and I'm like, yes, but it also records program. So if you set up, so I have these 2 cameras, Strick's camera, my camera, and then this guest camera. I have those 3 set up to be recorded ISO, but my program view is the view you see here, right? This wide shot.
And let me say
that gives me 4.
And let me say that but you also need a computer that can do that.
You need a computer because I record 4K ISO for 4 streams.
So I Mac Mini M4 200 16 gigabyte.
Yeah,
16 gigabyte.
Yes.
And then you got 250 in storage. So, Roy, I got to say what's up to Roy, tech troublemaker.
What's
hanging
going
out with
on,
us.
Roy?
And that's Mr. Miller right there. So glad he can hang out with us. So all of this is really, really intriguing to me.
Come on.
That we have this setup. I'm just blown away by what you're doing. And to be able to share about
I'm laughing at Kerwin. Kerwin didn't realize that the thing is here on the armrest. He thought I was using the pedal,
which is not what I mean. You just have to get.
I do have it, but you could. You could. Yeah, but actually, that's actually long enough to come over here.
Wow.
The Elgato's cord is long enough that based on where it's plugged in.
You're able to do more with this.
I like the pedal for when I'm sitting at the desk and because I talk with my hands. But when I'm doing this, I generally, so Strick is stretching me today, y'all. Let me say that. Strick came in and was like, Kirk, let's go live. And I was like, man, you want to go live from back here? He's like, yeah, it's going to give us more space. And so we did that. But I will say I usually don't stream from this set.
Okay.
I stream from sitting there. And even when I had Tanya on the stream show and she was here, there. We both sat at the desk. She used the SM7B and I used the MV7X.
You know that's why I'm here today, right?
I know.
Because Tanya came, and I got all jealous and everything.
Somebody tag Tanya in the shot. Let Tanya know.
I got all jealous. I can come to Huntsville.
hey, listen, that was so much fun. Valerie's got a question. You want to grab that one?
Yeah, consider all the ISOs and 4K recording. What kind of hard drive situation are you using for your storage?
So I do pay for storage with Google Drive. I also have the device that I talked about. Mm-hmm. So the dock that I use with the Mac M4 Mac Mini has 1 terabyte of storage in it. Mm-hmm. And I have configured Ecamm to record directly to that drive, That's 1 good. Terabyte drive.
That's good.
I do have a utility that runs and scrapes my Ecamm recording folder and uploads that to Google Drive.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, I want that stuff to be automated because my video editor has access to that Google Drive folder. I can just be like, hey, I recorded a podcast last night, forgot to mention it. It's already in the folder. I don't need to do anything because as soon as the recording's done, it's going to sync it.
It's already uploaded. And one thing that I did find out about Ecamm is already a compressed file.
It is? That is true.
So even though it is in 4K, by it being compressed already, is not like a 20 gigabyte, like for hours, not 20 gigabytes.
No, it is.
Is it 20 gigabytes? Yeah. I've gotten down to like, well, you know what? Let me say this.
Yeah.
I'm not doing ISO.
Yeah.
Program for me is right around 3 gigabytes.
I feel like program,
for an hour.
I feel like program is the one that's compressed, but when I'm recording, camera, basically camera A, B, and C would be uncompressed. And so
those files are larger?
They're large. In fact, every folder is about 65 gigs.
No way.
Yeah.
So Val, you asked a great question.
Yeah.
You got to be ready for that.
Every folder is about 65 gigs.
And so, that's one of the things. I was actually recording a client. We were doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Invited a guest in.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm trying to do ISO on it, and my computer says, no, sir.
No, the M1 is starting to kind of show its
age. So it wasn't my home studio. I was actually using the M2 MacBook Pro.
Oh wow!
I just didn't have the storage capability.
Oh, okay. Got you.
I didn't have an
if you run out
connected,
the storage piece, I'm telling you, that is killer. If you don't, you gotta figure out the storage piece. Gotta figure out the storage piece. If you're gonna do 4K, you gotta figure out storage.
You ISO multiple cameras.
Oh my word!
You gotta figure that out. I get it.
You don't want to get caught.
That's a really good question, Val.
Really good question. I see somebody else. Was it? What? Yes, it's me. Tools. What's your actual name, man? I want to make sure I'm saying your name. Rich said something here. I want to make sure. Aren't the ISOs only 1080? No. The ISOs are not 1080. The ISOs are 4K. That I can tell you unequivocally. I'm literally doing that kind of scenario right now, Rich. So that's a great question, but I can tell you for sure, as I'm recording them, I set it to 4K, and those files that I send off to my editor are 4K. All right, thank you guys for this. It's 2 a.m. here in South Africa. Whoa, man, South Africa. I say
we're all over the world, I mean we're all over
I literally just got back from South Africa last week.
How was the trip?
It was phenomenal. I went to Joburg, I went to Cape Town, and I had a blast, man.
That's what's up. I meant to ask you about all this stuff because I'm still stuck with you being in Las Vegas.
No, Vegas was, we got to talk about that.
Yes,
Vegas was crazy.
Yes, we do.
Definitely want to chat with you about that. But yes, it's me, Tools, man. Tell me what your real name is. I would love to be able to chat with you sometime. I love South Africa. I lived there for 5 years, so I got a chance to go back last week, week before last, and got back last week, and had a blast out there. So I want to say sawubona, my friend. Hambane gashle. I hope that you are going to have a great night. Get some rest. I see my good friend David Hunt. He was on the masterclass this past Wednesday.
David came through on my late night stream.
Okay.
So I tell people I create all the time, but I don't have ways for people to see a lot of my creations because it's not going up to my YouTube channel.
Right.
So I'm now editing my wife's vocals for her radio show live. on my YouTube channel. So I'm just using the time that I normally would just be quiet or listening to something.
It's like a working session.
It's a working session.
I like
so
that.
People can come in and watch.
Yeah.
And I ask them questions about how it sounds.
Yeah.
And it's just a way to connect with me. And more importantly, I can put out some content that I normally don't have time to
have an opportunity.
I just got, you're a content creator.
Yeah.
Like, where's your content? Like, well, it's on such and such page, or it's on this page, or check out Ecamm.
You got to make sure you have content.
You have to have content. So I'm doing that live.
Right.
And then I also have started my Strict City Live.
Okay.
Which I'm recording and editing now.
Man, I love Strict City Live.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It really looks great, man. So, man, listen, there's one or two work comments in there. Let me see here. Amazing. Okay, so Tools. He says his name is Tulani, but he goes by Tools. So that's why he says, awesome. Yes, it's me, Tools. So we could just call him Tools.
Perfect.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. That works for us. Thank you so much, Tools, for being with us tonight. You've been rocking with us from the beginning. You're one of the first commenters, and I hope that you guys hit that like button. Man, listen,
thank you.
Y'all gotta give it up for the stream show, y'all. The stream show is bringing y'all full home studio reviews, and I hope that this is good.
4 years of a stream show on Ecamm Live.
Are you serious?
4 years, sir.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. So shouts out to Brent Collins.
Brent Collins in the chat, man.
And
started it out, Boom. Look at this. Peeking in quickly. Would you guys use the new Rodecaster Call Me feature? Absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely.
Why not? So I will say it's a great feature, but there are multiple ways to be able to do the same thing. So I like, to be honest with you, I do like the Zoom.
I like Zoom. I don't want to give my number out.
But you don't have to do that with it.
With the Call Me feature?
With the Call Me feature, it's not a number. So you give a QR code. You have a QR code, and then you give a code.
Oh, okay, my bad.
For
I was
that
thinking about
QR
something
code.
else.
So I just watched Tanya do that. Tanya's just so up on it. Well, she's going to be here on the stream show at the end of the month. So we're going to talk about a lot of tools coming up. So I'm bringing her in so she can tell me about Substack and the Call Me feature and all the stuff she's been talking about.
Listen, Tanya, wealth of knowledge, always kills the game, always cutting edge. I just love what she does. Brent Collins says, wow, 4 years. Yeah, man. Yeah. And then David asks a very relevant question. I don't know. What's the answer for this one?
Oh, man, you got to know that's the truth, man.
Is it the longest?
It's the longest.
Wow, the longest running show on
Very
Ecamm
humbly,
Live.
I'm saying yes.
No, don't even
Very
say that humbly. Say it with your
yes.
chest.
So
Come
when
on.
we got think
That's
about this.
awesome,
when
bro.
we all got started.
Yeah.
When we got started doing a lot of things with Ecamm, it was Loria that was really pushing a lot of the live streams.
Yes.
And there were some people doing some shows here and there.
Limited series.
Limited series stuff. Yeah. And then Brent and I came on with the stream show. Doc came on as the community manager, and we've been really rocking since then.
Wow.
And I've learned over the years to not try to do 52 live streams. So
you can take breaks.
I could take breaks.
Right.
And I just came off an extended break. I think I took a 2-month break, but it gave me some win. I did have to kind of get my stamina back up to do it every Sunday night. But this is the evolution of that.
I love it, man.
So I'm saying this because there are people that are watching tonight, and you're just like, man, I would love for Strick to come to my studio. And I would love to come hang out with you.
Yeah. Look, listen, I'll put the camera on you. Go ahead and let
I'm just being honest. I'd love to come hang out with you, see your setup, talk about it, and share it with other people. We've been doing that virtually. Yeah. But man, there's nothing like coming into Kirk's home and being in his space.
Listen, man, we can fist bump right here. It's no green screen.
And I don't have to be jealous of Tanya coming over here no more.
Did anybody tag Tanya? I want her to come in the comment section and defend herself. No,
listen, I'm gonna hit her up on IG right now and be like, I'm talking about you on the stream show, and see how she feels about that.
Hit her up. Mallory Pinkston says Tanya is a boss. You're gonna find no argument from us. Okay, no argument from us. But man, listen, no, I love the stream show. I love this space. I love the fact that we can chop it up, that we can answer questions, we can really get into the weeds with things. I think you hearing people's use case kind of helps you to flesh out some of your own, helps you to know what questions to ask, what should you be thinking about, how should I approach my setup, because at the end of the day, I mean, you creating content should not be dependent on you finishing your setup, because your setup is a journey.
That's right.
Your setup is a journey. Like, you know, this will evolve again. It will. I can just tell you that. It's just the way I am.
What are you gonna do? Knock this wall out? What are we doing next?
I don't know, man. But I can tell you, it will evolve again. I probably will move into another space.
I get it.
I actually have looked at some. There's a storage space downtown that has been converted into offices.
That's awesome.
And you can get a storage, what would be like a storage unit, kind of like the size of this, if not just a little bit larger. Or let me say a little bit longer, maybe not as wide, but a little bit longer. But you can get something like that for $95 a month.
So I am in a business entrepreneur space.
Right.
I have an office.
Yeah.
And it's really like a storage office for all of my equipment.
Yeah.
But in the afternoons where a lot of people are gone, there's not a lot of traffic during the week in that space, I have the whole building to record in.
Oh, wow.
So I'm actually recording a lot of my Strict City Lives in the actual in the lobby of the lobby of the, because I have, just like in this space, so many different walls that I can use as backdrop.
Yeah.
And it's just perfect. The sunlight comes in the right way.
So
I'm able to use the sun and my lights to kind of connect. But I have several other spaces, including they have 4 podcast spaces.
Yeah.
Smaller rooms. So I got to invest in some different focal length lenses,
right,
for the closer spaces. But man, it's just a joy. So the link in Birmingham. So if anybody from Birmingham is looking for a spot, I don't mind sharing. Just don't use the time that I have, you know.
But I you know, one of the things I love is you know, as you think through this space. So look, even for this, I had a guy come in and hang out with me. I had him on the podcast. My wife and I were interviewing him for something else we were doing, and he just was like, man, the intentionality behind this space is crazy.
Oh yeah.
And so I think that's what has kind of opened my mind up. Like if I was to get a larger space, it would just allow me even that much more. Yeah. And that's what I really want. And being able to do different kinds of things. Let me share this. This is a hot take. This is a Kirk take.
I get it.
Okay, a Kirk take. And I'm going to come to camera for this one. I believe that with the advent of AI, right, and its prominence, right, it's ubiquitous right now. Everybody's really hot on AI right now. And I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm saying that it is giving rise to a larger desire for in-person.
Right.
Like
I agree.
Like
connect. The personal connection.
Yes. The fact that Strick is physically sitting with me in the studio right now, I think is a byproduct of the current season that we're in.
That's right.
And what that means for creators is, as you create your value ladder, as you look at your big ticket items, one of them should be an in-person event. Right. It doesn't need to be big, y'all. 20 people. But that's the kind of space that I want. I want a space that I can have 20 people in it and still have cameras and still capture content with a 20-person audience.
Man, I like that.
And I'm going to tell you right now that I have a lot of clients who are looking for that kind of thing. So like they'll come into a space like this one, my space, and they're like, this is dope, but I want like 10 to 15 people in the audience. How could we do that? That's awesome. So I need something slightly larger to be able to set up that kind of scenario and have something that allows for that intimate experience, but we're still capturing the content. Yeah, and it creates a sense of FOMO, because when you see that, you're like, dude, I got to get in that room, you know? So awesome. For creators out there, one of my takes is, y'all, be thinking about how you can incorporate in-person events in your value ladder. In whatever, I don't care what arena you're in. It could be finance, could be real estate, could be health, fitness, could be content creation. Think about how you can incorporate in-person events into your value ladder. Yeah.
Done. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So talking about AI.
Come on.
All right. I have been corresponding with Tanya in IG. Like, guess that's how we talk, right? Yeah. So her response, AI, of course. AI responses. I said, hey, I'm talking about you right now on the stream show. The AI response is, that's awesome. Thanks for shouting for the shout out. It means a lot. All right.
Okay.
Let me know if there's anything you like me to share, or if your audience has questions about.
That's crazy.
Streams. Like a boss programs, have fun on the stream. So shout out to you,
Tanya. Tanya is phenomenal. I love that. Let me catch my comments here as well.
I think we may be caught up, but let's just look, because I could be off.
Okay, Rich Graham says Mr. Ma is going to repo your wrench. David Hunt says that's a clean shot of Strick and Kirk. Are those ZVE 10s? You are correct. Scrub backward, David. We went over every camera in this place, so definitely scrub backward. Kerwin says, I can see it now. Welcome to the Ecamm Live Awards ceremony, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, with your host, Kirk Nugent. Come on, Kerwin.
There you go. There you go.
But let me tell you, I'm telling y'all, Ecamm is onto something with Crater Camp.
That's right.
My coach has an in-person event that he does a couple times a year that I just went to in Vegas. We're going to talk about that a little later once we get offline. And there's a lot of people who are kind of setting up these in-person, very personal experiences.
Right.
They aren't. I would say they're a mid-tier ticket item. They're not the biggest thing that they sell, but it's a mid-tier item. It's wildly personal and customized, but be thinking about that, y'all. Be thinking about that. I think it's going to be a game changer for many people.
And Brant is like, would love to show off the new studio I'm building for our library in downtown Little Rock. Should be ready in September. Brant, man, you know I'll come to see you.
Hey, listen, depending on what's that drive like? Is that 5 hours?
I don't know.
Man, I might go with you. If you go on that run, man, I might go with you.
If you come, we have to fly, man. I'm not.
You not gonna drive it? You know I love to drive, man. I'm a driver, so. But no, I get it. Sometimes it's a bit crazy to be trying to drive out here. There's Brent Collins on the big screen. I just wanted to kind of showcase his comment, man.
Got to go hang out. So Brent has come to Birmingham, so it may be my turn.
It's your turn
to return the favor.
I love that.
Out with Brent. That would be cool.
That would be good.
Only if his son brings his saxophone.
Got to get the saxophone in there, Brent. Make sure you sweeten the deal, man.
Okay.
Sweeten the deal.
Listen, we've talked.
We've got it. We've covered everything.
We've done the studio. So what I will do next is I'm still talking about the changes in how the shift in content creation.
Yes.
So that's next week.
Okay, good.
After that, I'm also talking about man, I got Tanya coming at the end of the month. So let me be sure. The top 10 must-haves. All right, the top must-haves in your home studio. So after all the stuff I've learned here, I'm gonna have a show about your must-have, because a lot of this is Kirk's experience, and what you've built for your
over time,
business.
Absolutely.
Right? What is a must-have in South Africa that you just gotta have?
Ooh.
All right, Ecamm does. I'll give you one really quick. Ecamm tells you, like, if you want to go live, how many gigs did you need going up? Like, that's a must-have. You must have great internet.
That's so good
to go live. But there's some other must-haves that we're going to talk about to help you, because sometimes we think that, man, I got to spend $5,000 on all this stuff. And all you need is an Amazon curtain rod and some curtains, some bathroom curtains, and go get it.
You know, one of the, I was thinking about all the things that we've covered in the studio thus far, and I was like, is there anything that I'm missing? And the only thing that I think I haven't mentioned is the choice of color for the walls.
I like that. It's gray.
And the fan, So the fan is on. It has 3 lights in it. One light, I've left it amber. That's my hair light when I'm sitting at the desk.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the other 2 lights are RGB, and it just kind of gives you that pop of color.
Now, is this just a standard ceiling fan?
Standard.
Because it's really quiet.
It is really quiet, but it is a standard. I did buy this at Home Depot. I bought it specifically for this room.
I get it.
I didn't necessarily get like anything special, but I did want. I've tried several in the other rooms in the house. And when I heard this one, I was like, okay, this should work. But I will say, depending on the mic I'm using, I still can't have the fan on. Yeah, if I'm using that shotgun, the Rode NTG2,
pick it up.
It's gonna pick it up. And sometimes when I'm using the SM7B, if I'm quiet, it'll pick up the fan.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it is. You know, the SM58 does a really good job. I can keep the fan on, and I'll tell you what, with all the lights in here, it gets hot. So I am always trying to make sure I'm mindful. You know, I'm trying to set the tone for folks. I don't want people in here sweating, wiping their head. You know, because you're in a studio, so you want to keep people cool. But yeah,
I like it, and I am cool. It really feels good in here.
Yeah, good.
I am so comfortable. All I need now is some cookies and some milk and a nice pillow, and I might take a break.
Hey,
Mary Ann, it's good to have you here. I'm sorry that I haven't shouted you out yet, but thank you. And I didn't get it. Like, I would love to see your studio in person too. I can go to Australia,
love that.
and be ahead of time for everybody else. And K Walk is in the building.
Oh, we got folks coming through now. Listen, being a fly on the wall, Luann says, it's great being a fly on the wall, listening in from my front porch here in Southwest Ontario. Come on, Canada in the house. And K Walk says, late but here. I have to check out the replay. Yes, definitely scrub backward. We had a time tonight.
Yes,
Let me tell you, stream show. Live and in person, in the flesh. I love it.
Kirk is a professional. He has a very much so a professional setup, and it has been a joy to hang out with you today, man. This is cool. I had an idea what it would be. I didn't think it would be all of this.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have an idea. I was thinking to myself, okay, how are we gonna showcase this studio when he's where he is and then I'm here? I said, well, maybe I'll just use my phone and kind of walk around. But then
I didn't tell you I was coming.
You did, but I forgot.
Okay.
So when you said when we messaged today, and I was like, in my mind I was like, oh, you're in Huntsville.
Yeah.
I'm like, dope. Okay, so I send you the address, and then I'm like, okay, so maybe we'll do it back here. So it didn't click exactly how it was gonna work out, but I think this was actually pretty dope, y'all. Perfect. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is all Ecamm. Like today, this live stream, scrub backward, check it all out. This was all Ecamm, y'all. Yeah, this was all Ecamm. So
that's
pretty dope.
That's
pretty
what's
dope.
Up.
Yeah.
Hey guys, do you have an end screen at all? We can go to the first.
Yeah, the first slide. Yeah.
Hey guys, check us out. Thank you so very much. Next Sunday, we'll be back at it again for the stream show, and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come see me, and I thank you so very much for hanging out with us tonight. See you next Sunday.